guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I am really excited because I have missed being on camera filming for you guys and playing with makeup. I've been a little bit more adventurous lately with like trying out new products, and I think I've shared this many times, but really just decluttering my drawers and coming across some items that I forgot that I had, B, I don't know where they came from, and C, I'm just really excited to use because I've obviously spent my money on them and I obviously wanted them at one certain point in time. So today I'm going to be using what is called the Ulta Beauty Collection. The tag recently ripped off because I have actually had this for, it's this little guy. I don't know, probably like 2 months, maybe longer. I have no idea. I remember when I was shopping online on Ulta and I had come across this and I was like, oh my gosh, because you know how normally with these things, like the quality isn't really that amazing, and so really you're just kind of a sucker for the packaging. I thought, you know what, I could use this to store like my makeup or like, I don't know, my luxury lipsticks or like something. I don't know, I kept like trying to be rational about this, and then I was like, who are you fooling? Like, you're gonna buy it, it's half price or something like that, so just put it in the cart and just grab it, whatever. So I ended up getting this and I've not even used it and I totally forgot about it. And to be completely honest, I actually remember seeing this a couple days ago and then I shook it and I was like, oh shoot, like all the products are still totally in there. So we're gonna play with this. We're gonna use this today. Like I said, I'm not overly, I don't have high hopes for this, bottom line. The quality of these, they're a little iffy. So we're gonna play with it. I do already have on my foundation. I do have on my brows. I have on a little bit of lipstick because you know when you put your foundation on and your lips looks like super nude and like you look a little dead. But then I went ahead and put a nude lip on. So I don't know how that works, but anyway, I do have on a little bit of lipstick as well. So we're gonna play with this and we're gonna see what we think of the quality. So I did actually use one of the items. We're just gonna jump right into this. I did go ahead and use one of the items because it was actually a face primer. And I didn't want for this video to be too insanely long, which I say that right now and it still probably will be. But I did go ahead and use this. So this is broken. No, I'm just kidding. This is the Ulta Beauty Poreless Face Primer, and I have not used one of these in so long. Like, it totally feels like that silicone. Let me see if I can squeeze out a little bit for you guys to see like the consistency. I don't know if you guys can see that. You probably can't. I'm sure it's like whited out with the light, but basically it feels a little bit slicker than most silicone primers, a little bit more greasy, and it had an interesting smell, like almost like, I mean, not that I'm like a gardener because I don't really like, I don't have a green thumb at all, but it reminds me of something that you would spray in plants, or like something that you would maybe even kill weeds with. I mean, I remember doing that one time like way back in the day, and so this scent was a little bit nostalgic because of that reason. But what I did notice is it definitely made my face feel very smooth, but I'll have to play with it for a little bit longer to let you guys know what I think about it. But I mean, whatever, it's a face primer. I have tons of primers that I do love, so that one wasn't really, you know, a deal breaker for me. So the other complexion items that we do have in here are these. So I do have a highlighter, I have a bronzer, which I'm a little scared about, and normally bronzers like cannot scare me, but this one's a little scary. And then we have 2 blushes, which I'm sure you guys can probably guess which one's my favorite. That one, in case you didn't notice or couldn't tell. So we're going to use those first, and then next we do have a really pretty eyeshadow palette. This is definitely what intrigued me when I saw it online. Let me open it up so you guys can see it a little bit better. So that is what that looks like. Ignore my nails. But I don't know, this looks kind of pretty, so I'm excited to play with that. And already, I mean, I feel like that's a great value, you know what I mean? So can't really go wrong. The other items that we have in here are these guys. So there's 4 lippies. So we got those. Hopefully you guys can see those okay. So let's actually put one on right now because I'm feeling a little bit matte. So let's see. It's pretty. That's actually really pretty. I don't know how it's looking on camera, but I like it. Just for the heck of it, not that we don't already have a ton of lip products on. Okay, those are nice. I don't mind those at all. They are little, so you're going to go through those pretty quick, but whatever. And then the last two items in here, we have a double-sided eyeliner. So we have a bronze and then we have a black. And this I'm kind of excited about. So this is a tinted eyeshadow primer. I've not used a tinted eyeshadow primer in the longest time. I normally just use concealer to prime my eyes. So I'm really excited about that. And if I like that, I do want to be a little bit, well, I was going to say I do want to be a little bit better about priming my eyes with an eyeshadow primer, but I mean, if a concealer works for me and I have a ton of them, like, I'm going to use that. But if I like it, then that'll be nice. So again, this is what the overall box looks like. At the end, we will do a total like review type of thing. But there's quite a bit in there. So we're going to set that to the side and we're going to go ahead and finish off our complexion because I'm feeling a little naked with nothing on. So like I said, I do have on my foundation. I have on some setting powder. So I'm going to go in with the bronzer. I'm a little scared. It's a little dark. So we're going to use the bronzer and we're just going to do a tiny, tiny bit just to start off and see what we think. It's pretty dark, but it is definitely giving me some good dimension. So that's nice. How's that picking up on camera? Is that, you guys see that okay? So I'm going to go up into my hairline. I've been obsessed with buffing my hairline. I just feel like, probably right now just because it's obviously summer, but it's making my skin look a little bit healthier and just gives like a nice glow. It is pretty dark, so I think if you were a little bit more on the fair side, I think it might be a little too intense, because I want to say if you are good about like knowing your color IQ number, I'm going to reference that. I've not talked about that so long, but Sephora has, you know, like that, oh gosh, I even forgot what it's called, the capture device with like the color IQ and everything. Just to reference my color, last I saw I was like a 3Y06. So I'm, you know, I'm not overly fair, but I'm also not the tannest. So I mean, I would say like I'm more of like a medium skin tone. And this is a little dark for me even. So like I said, if you are more on the fair side, I don't know if you would love this. It is buffing out really nice, which is good. It does look a little bit muddy. And honestly, I guess I could have used a less dense brush, but I don't know. I love that blush, or I love this brush for bronzer. I don't like the bronzer. I don't like it at all, actually. So sorry on that, but I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll use it when we go to do our eyes. It might be like a good transition color possibly, but for bronzer, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use the highlighter. Hopefully we can be 1 for 2 maybe. What? Okay, so let's load this some more. I can kind of see it now. I don't know how that's picking up on camera, but why does that make me look like textured? Okay, let's go to the other side. I really wanted to like this. But that's what I said, you know, you never really know with these kits. And I think that that's probably why it was on sale, because the reviews probably weren't amazing. On this side it looks a little bit better. Maybe it's just the lighting. My hair is out of control today. The other day I posted a photo on Instagram and I think it said something like, summer hair equals frizzy hair. My hair hates me lately. Okay, so it's not the world's worst highlighter, but it's also not that awesome. Okay, so I don't love that palette, but hey, who knows? Like, I love blush, so maybe this will save the day. We're gonna use let's use this brush. So this is I forget the name of this. This is by NARS. I got this right before I left Sephora, and I love this for contour. I love this for blush. I love this to dust away my bake. I love this brush. I am going to mix the two just because since that bronzer is so dark, I think this might be too dark of a blush, so I'm going to mix them just to give like a little bit of like, ooh, those are super dusty. Okay. No. Okay, so the blush is probably the better of the two items, but it's very dusty and it's not really that smooth. Dang. Like, seriously? Okay, I'm gonna show you guys this. That is like dust galore. Okay, this is not going so well. Hopefully the eyeshadow's a different story. I keep saying that. Hopefully this, hopefully that, hopefully. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so far all I'm liking, no, those are a bust. And literally there's powder all over my desk. I don't mind the lip color, the blush, the bronzer, it's just not working for me. Okay, so let's move on. Let's go ahead and play with the eyeshadow. I'm super excited about this primer, like I said. Okay, look at this primer. Okay, this is not turning out well. Dripping down my hand. Okay, so, okay. We're not going to use that because that is going to be a hot mess and I've got things to do. So, I didn't plan on this, but let me grab a concealer over here really fast. No idea what I'm grabbing. Perfect. Tried and true. So we're just going to use a NARS Radiant Creamy. This is in the shade Custard. And I didn't grab a brush because I was planning on using that and I was just going to use my finger. But that did not work. So I'm trying to reach for a brush. Okay, here we go. So we're just going to use a Sephora Collection brush and we'll just buff that out. Okay. So far that kit is being used as a storage box because the products are no bueno. I really wanted to like it, but yeah. Okay, so you guys will have to let me know if you guys have tried any of those and have had success. I mean, I know that I got it a couple months ago, but I've not opened anything, so it's not like, you know, the product has gone bad or anything like that. Like, that eyeshadow primer has no reason to be looking like a melted ice cream cone. You know what I mean? Like, that stuff dripped out. Okay, so I usually like to go back and just tap in the excess. Okay, so now I'm just going to take a neutral color and I'm just going to use it to basically set what I put down. And I'm going to use this middle shade. Can you guys see that? I'm going to use this shade right there. So I'm just going to dust that all over the lid. And this is going to, like I said, just set what we got. Hopefully this works well. That would be nice. Okay, so there's not really an amazing transition shade in here, which I'm kind of excited about because I really wanted to try out this bronzer, which, like I said, I didn't love it as an actual face bronzer, but maybe as a transition shade, it might be better. I mean, I can't imagine having this on my face, which I know that I do, but okay, so as a transition shade, I have to be honest, I'm not mad at that. Gives me some good dimension, so that's nice. And the brush that I'm using right now, this is the Crease 415. This is a, I don't know if I'm saying this right, I'm probably not, but the Kala brush collection. I think I found this at, honestly, I think I got it at Walmart. I was looking at the lashes, and I'm pretty sure this brand was right next to it, so I liked the shape of it. It could have been Fred Meyer, actually, because I go to Fred Meyer like every other day. I'm just going to do something pretty basic today because I already don't like my makeup, so it might just come right off after this. Okay, so just continuing to buff my life away, I'm going to take a clean crease brush and just go back. And this has quickly become one of my favorite buffing brushes. And this is the, believe it or not, Wet n Wild. It doesn't have a name, but I think it's just their crease brush. I absolutely love this brush. The bristles are so soft. It's awesome. So I absolutely love that. Okay, so now we're actually going to use the palette. So let's go ahead and use, like, this maroon color is calling my name. This plum color over here is calling my name. This bronze color looks kind of nice. So I do wish that there was more mattes in here. I'm going to take this bronze color, which is right above, or I guess below that maroon. And I'm going to take this on a Morphe 518. And I'm just going to go right in my crease. It's kind of pretty. It's not as shimmery, which is kind of nice because, like I said, I do wish that there was a little bit more matte color in here. That's kind of pretty. I like that. I also, honestly, like, I kind of like how this is, like, not plastic. I don't know if I'm just digging the sound, but it's nice to be able to bounce your brush off of it. It's kind of a silly observation, but I like it. I dig it. Yeah, this color isn't bad. I don't mind this. It's pretty. Okay, so I'm just going for a, like, drawn out, kind of grungy, blended. I don't even know what I'm saying. Okay. Now, let's see here. So let's go ahead. They're very dusty. Let's go ahead and use this maroon color right here. And I'm going to take that and put that on the outer V of my eye. They are a little bit chalky, pick up this mirror here. Well, honestly, the colors are kind of pretty. They don't look insanely blended because they are, like I said, a little bit on the powdery, kind of chunky side. But let's see how this blends out. Kind of feel like they're all just melting and it's becoming like the same color. I want to be able to see more differentiation, you know, but I'm not really getting that. Okay, so let's go back. We're going to take that maroon shade again. I'm just going to take like a little small, I call it my precise crease brush, which I don't know if that's a real, it doesn't have a real name or like a brush number or anything on it. It was in a kit that I got from Sephora. I mean, I don't even know, probably 6 years ago. And I don't know, I've kept it because it's such an interesting brush. It's kind of like a pencil brush, but a little bit fluffier. Anyway, so I'm just using that to give me some color in the corner, but yet still be drawn out, you know? Okay. I don't know. I just feel like they're all now starting to look like the same color. So let's do this. Let's see what this does. I'm gonna take a little smudge brush, I guess. I wasn't planning on using this one. So I'm gonna take this smudge brush here, and I'm going to use this first color here, and I'm going to spray my brush with a little bit of, let's use this one. I'm going to use the Morphe setting mist, and I'm going to see if this is going to make it a little bit more metallic. Put this on our lid. Whew. Definitely looks very metallic, yeah. But will it stay? We're going to use our finger. I don't like it. I want it to be honest and I want it to be fair, but I mean, this is just not working out. Okay, so I mean, I'm okay with that for now. I'm gonna go ahead and apply some liner really fast, and then we'll go ahead and do mascara. So I do my liner. I don't know if this is gonna pick up on camera and my mirror so far. I get really quiet when I do my liner. I think I've said that before. Okay. So now we're just going to dust away any excess. I am going to take the liner. Where did I put the liner? Okay, here we go. So it does come with a double-sided liner. We're going to go ahead and use this bronze. It's not going on very well. Okay, I'm going to dull this on my hand just a little bit because it's like, I don't know, kind of sharp and not very comfortable. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous bronze. Can you guys see that? But it's just not going on very well. Okay, so I guess it's safe to say that, you know, if you're maybe just starting out in makeup and you just want a nice kit that has a really great value and for you to maybe get comfortable and play and, you know, really ensure that you're wanting to invest in makeup, this might be a nice palette or a nice, you know, kit for you to start off with. But at the same time, when you do something like that, and this is just my opinion, when you start off with something and it doesn't have the most amazing quality, I feel like sometimes one may think, okay, maybe I'm not as good with blending, or why is this looking, you know, a certain way? I don't want for somebody to get frustrated because of the quality, thinking it's them. You know, this is not the worst quality I've ever seen, but it's also not the best. So, I mean, I don't know if that's really helpful, but that is, you know, me being honest. It's not insanely horrible. I mean, I can kind of make it work, you know, but it's not something that I would buy again. So that's good to know. I see a little spot where I missed my liner. Like I said, I'm doing my liner really far away from the mirror because of the camera. So it's kind of hard for me to see. I think that may have gotten it. Okay, so as I'm putting on my mascara, let me give like a full review. The primer definitely made my face feel very soft, but considering the silicone, I guess, formula to it, I thought I did get a little piece of mascara up there, so I'm just going to let that dry. I did think that it would fill in my pores more than what it did, so I'm a little bit disappointed that it didn't do that anymore. It did have a pretty intense smell, which I think I did say, and it wasn't very pleasant. Like, to be honest with you, it kind of choked me a little bit, so that I did not like. I'm just going to talk about it right now because I am seeing it. The eyeliner, I feel like I can get past the fact that it's not the easiest gliding pencil because the color is honestly super gorgeous. It is definitely like a true copper bronze, and I am all about that. Like, I can see the color. Hopefully it's picking up on camera, but the color that I have underneath, it is really, really pretty. So I do actually really like the liner for the color. And who knows, maybe their formula has changed. I'm hoping so because the color is really nice, and I would definitely like to have that in a larger size. The eyeshadow, no, I'm not liking it. I haven't found any eyeshadow except for a couple individual shadows by Ulta that I like. So maybe they've changed the formula. I don't know. I need to go and maybe grab a couple items. But yeah, I was not liking that. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little smudge, or I'm sorry, a crease brush.